Okay, ladies and gents, I am so excited today to be back online again. I know it's been about 10 days, something like that, since I've last streamed or done a video. So I'm super excited to be back, and we got a lot of exciting content coming up. I've really gone back to the roots over the last week. I tell you, a lot of crazy stuff has happened over the last week, but I wanted to update you on a couple of things right away, and then we're going to go into some other content. And let's just jump straight into this. So some really bizarre things have been happening, actually. And I don't know if you remember this video that I did. It was the Great Reset video. So I was one of the first people back in 2020 to actually talk about the Great Reset, as many of you know, because you subscribe to the channel through that content. And to me, I was, I guess, kind of green and naive. I didn't really understand the depths of what I was talking about at that point, and that's what got the channel banned for such a long period of time before it was reinstated. But the weirdest thing happened this week, and that was that YouTube actually emailed me and said, hey, Neil, your appeal that you did back in September of 2020 has now been reviewed. Okay, this is one of the weird stories we're going to talk about. Has now been reviewed, and we have agreed with you that your video is fine. Look, here it is. Great news. After manually reviewing your video, we've determined that it is suitable for all advertisers. So sorry, Neil, that we've blacklisted you for 4 years. And not just that, they also, at the exact same time, which is how you know it was not a coincidence, they said that, hold on, where is it here? Oh yeah, they also at exactly the same time removed all the age restrictions from not just this, but all of my content across the channel. So we had a lot of really, really bizarre things happen here. And if you remember this video, it was absolutely so crazy viral that I couldn't believe it. It went to 700,000 views in almost instantly. I don't know if I can zoom in on this. Yes, I can. Okay, almost instantly, within days. And then they sort of were like, oh, hold on, what's going on here? Do we want this going out? And then it sort of went back up. I don't know what happened here. And then they killed the video. So there it was there. And they killed it at about 800,000 views. So that's basically what happened. Look, it's a flat line all the way across. You can see it. So they finally now released the video again. Too late, because they already stole my ad revenue and everything from it, which would have been nice. So that was the first strange thing that happened. A lot of these things happened that were quite weird, actually. Oh, by the way, before I completely forget, we've now launched the latest course. I'll tell you about that in a moment. I've been working on it. Probably look a little red eye. I've been working on it day and night. In fact, I've been working on it day and night for the last year. So it is now live. I'll tell you about it in a moment, because I want to just mention something that's really, really bad that's about to happen in the UK. So it doesn't affect, well, actually, it's already hit the US, but it's about to hit the UK. So let me just show you this, and then we can talk about a few other things. So this US giant now, Blackstone, we all know Blackstone, is about to buy up thousands, and it's not just thousands, it's going to be tens of thousands of British homes as they're cashing in on family rentals. So this is what they're doing. They've just bought 1,750 homes. This is just the tip of the iceberg. If you look at these plans, they're going to be buying up thousands, tens of thousands. In fact, it will be probably hundreds of thousands by the time they finished of these homes. So they've agreed to spend 1.4 billion on more than 4,500 homes across the UK. They're looking to capitalize on the extreme imbalance between supply and demand across Britain's rental sector, which has been fueled by, here we go, no surprise, private landlords selling up, so they're getting out, just as high levels of immigration push up the demand. So what actually happened here then? Feel free to drop a comment if you've already figured this out. They absolutely destroyed the private landlord, who not all of them are bad, let me just say, because I always see the comments, oh, I don't like private landlords and this and that. If you don't like private landlords, just wait until these big hedge funds own all the private rental stock, then you're going to see some real bad stuff, because they're going to create, just like what happens all across the board, they'll create a monopoly. So the rental prices will be, if you've got one huge company like this controlling so much of the supply, and they're buying in specific areas, okay, and this is where all the immigration and stuff comes in, which we'll talk about another day, because I don't want to get people upset every time I talk about this topic. People get furious every time. Oh gosh, the media, hey, it's got people going. So this is all that's happening now. They've put all these regulations on private landlords. So what happens? The landlords exit, and now they're saying, oh, here we go. Now we can get the private sector coming in and buying up all of these properties. What a coincidence. Now, I wanted to mention this as well. I was going over a load of stats about retirees, so pensioners being forced back into the workplace now. 70, 80 years old. There's loads of them. They're all coming back into the workplace. And I was going over and reading a lot of, let's get that picture out of the way. I was going over and reading through all of this stuff. And I was just so, I mean, I wasn't shocked by it, but these people are all saying the same thing. They saying they consider themselves lucky if they spend £100 a week or less than on their food shopping, their grocery shopping, which is often 130 now compared with 50 or 65 2 years ago. And this is what, I mean, whoever you're voting for, by the way, on in a few days' time in the UK, all of these parties have contributed to this. Now, okay, some of these up-and-coming parties, they haven't been in power, so they haven't contributed to it. But you look at Labour and Lib Dem and Conservative, they're all doing the same thing. I don't want to get too much into politics, because this is where people get emotional and they say, oh, I'm voting for Labour, Neil, I'm voting for Conservative, I'm voting Lib Dem or whoever. So I don't want to get too much into that. You vote for whoever you think, is right for you. But the bottom line is, in terms of economics, they've all contributed to what you're seeing now, all of these problems. And none of them said, when the Bank of England came out and said, we're going to just create all this new currency. And they didn't mention inflation, even though all the economists knew it would push up inflation. None of these political parties said anything. They were like, yeah, go for it, let's do it. And then all the inflation comes, and then they point fingers and point the blame. So they cause the inflation, they help to contribute to it. They're not going to solve this now, like a lot of people are thinking. So you got all these people who can't retire. This is what's coming up. And this is why I created this new program as well, because I don't want to see any of you in this situation. Look at this. This is in the US. 1 in 5 workers nearing retirement is financially on track. That means 80% of people in the US right now, 80% are going to retire not on track, whatever that means. They don't really specify. That means only 20% of everyone retiring right now in the US is actually going to have a comfortable retirement. Do you see the problem that we are faced with? This isn't just the US, this is everywhere. Everyone is in the same boat. This is a huge, huge problem that is hitting everywhere. Retiring wealthy now means more than $3 million in many states. So I don't know about you, but I don't know many people who have got their 3 mil just sat there in the bank right now. I'm sure some people have. I've got a lot of subscribers. A percentage will have, no doubt. But the majority, I don't think, are sat there with this $3 million. And then it talks about, these cities. In San Francisco, you need $6 million. Who would want to, sorry if anyone lives there, but who would want to live in San Francisco? I'm not sure. San Jose, 5.5. Another place, no thank you. Oakland, 4.5 million. Who would want to live in these places and retire? I'm not exactly sure. I'm really not. But this is exactly why, when I see all of these stories here of these people, it's so sad to see all of this, all of these stats. This is why I launched my new program. And by the way, I've got to show you this screenshot. Just look at this. Service temporarily unavailable. You realize how big of a platform Teachable is that I post my courses to. So I've got a lot of students on there already. I don't know what happened, but I let everyone know exactly the day and time via email and through the private community I was going to launch the course. I launch everything. I send all the emails out. I don't know what happened, but the whole platform just crashed. The whole of Teachable just crashed. I'm trying to email with them. They're like, what is going on? I have no idea. But I probably just launched it to too many people at the same time. So this is the new program that I'm so excited for, because this whole situation and the world we're moving into is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You look at all the threats, and definitely go in the description and start reading all the stuff that I've put in here, because I talk about all the threats and all the things that are coming with World Economic Forum, UN, NATO, World Health Organization, the geopolitical, the war, the AI, which is taking, they're talking about 300 million jobs are about to go to AI. These are all the jobs that are going to be lost. Definitely go and check out the page. And you can just see all this. I mean, go and have a look at all of this. This talks about all the stuff I've done and everything else, and how you can actually really succeed with this program. I have spent a year plus all of my diaries going back 20 years, made all the models I can imagine to help every single person that can actually break through from all of this. Everything from ideas, getting your ideas, to starting something. And again, it doesn't have to be a huge business here. Some people think I'm talking about creating a huge company. This is just to protect you. Honestly, it's, and when you see the price I've done this for, I think you'll understand that I have done this for you. This is not a crazy price program. I want you to have a look so you can see how much I appreciate you all and what I've priced this at. This is just, I don't think anyone can ever create a program as big as what I've done, put my heart and soul into this over the last year, based on all of this work that I've done, to show you all the things that I've done in my life that I want you to be able to adopt and do some of these things for yourself, these principles, truly, because it'll give you freedom. It's going to, there's just, I don't want to go too much into detail, but there's a lot of problems that are coming, and they're going to hit us really, really hard. We already know this. You've been watching me for a while. You know all these issues that are coming down the line. This program is to help you to avoid these issues. It's to give you the flexibility and the freedom to avoid all of these issues that are coming. So whether you want to just do some side hustles on the side, something that you love, but it's going to pay you more than what you're doing right now, or whether you want to make the thing that's going to change the world, everything is covered in here with all of the different models. And I've taught this to people that have got huge companies that I mentor, and even they were shocked by some of these models and insights to what I'm building for the future, because this is what it's all based on. It's not based on the past, all of these things universities have been teaching. It's not based on that. It's based on where we are in the world now with all the AI and looking forward 5 to 10 years. People who aren't looking forward 5 to 10 years with their income right now and just living day to day, it's going to be tough. I'm just being honest, it's going to be tough. So I don't want to go on about it all here, but if you're interested in this, there's you can go in the description, you can look in the pinned comment, and you'll see all the information on the program, and you'll see if it's right for you. I'm not saying to go into it, I'm just saying have a look, see if you think it's right for you. But just so you know as well, quick disclaimer, because it's a pre-release program, that means that it's not all finished yet. So there's the first 3 modules of about a dozen or more modules. The rest are being worked on right now, so they will be out soon. But that's why you're getting such a tiny price to get in, because it's a pre-release. I want you to start getting ready now, because I just feel we haven't got a huge amount of time with everything going on. So that is it. I think there's not really much more I can say about it. There's coupon codes. The link should work already, but there's coupon codes. There's going to be a limited number of places because of the issues we're having. But also because it's a pre-release, I don't want it to be like everyone going in at once. We're just going to be testing things as we go as well. So that is it. I'm going to be streaming every day. I'm getting back into it now. I really want to get on with everything going on. There's just too much happening that I need to keep you informed about. So thank you so much, as always, for being a subscriber here. Really appreciate you. God bless you and your families, and good luck with the program. I really mean that. Thanks.